Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football, back here at the Mineral Wells 7-on-7 state qualifier tournament. Here with the head coach of the Eagle Mountain Knights, Coach Jeremy Mullins. As his guys playing their first ever state qualifier tournament today. Coach, appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us.
First question: last year was your inaugural varsity season there at Eagle Mountain, and year one with a bunch of young guys. There's ups and downs that come with it, but getting into the playoffs, huge accomplishment. Not a lot of first-year programs are able to even make the playoffs, and for you guys to get into the playoffs, how big was that for your program to kind of get off the ground on the right foot?
Sure. You know, I think in a first year of anything, there's so much uncertainty, even when you go to a new school, and certainly when you're brand new and you're mixing kids from different places. And so when you're able to break into that, it was big. It was big. You know, I think it proved to those guys that this is possible. We've got some kids and some coaches that can put some things together and create a successful product.
Now, flip side of that, now going into 2025, there's a little bit of expectation. Now, you guys bring a lot of guys back because you were a very young football team. And because you made the playoffs, now people are going to pick you guys a little bit higher in the district standings. They're expecting a little bit more of you. And you guys are going to take a lot of people's best shot. How have you guys talked to your kids about, handling success? Because some teams get a little success and then it kind of falls apart because they think that they've made it. How do you talk to your guys about handling success and taking it to another level?
Yeah, I think we use the word respond to it. A lot of things, a lot of scenarios. Whether we're down or we're beat or we've won, and how do you respond to things? Huge. But absolutely, I think you want to be somewhere at a place to where you've got a target on you, and so that's it's definitely our goal is to create Eagle Mountain Knights football to be a place that every Friday has an opportunity to win.
And then looking ahead to 2025, like I said, you guys were young last year, but I know there's always positions you want to build depth at and some spots where you're looking for guys to grow up this summer. Going into the summer strength and conditioning, what are some position groups where, hey, we feel good about these positions, or some groups that maybe you say, hey, we need some young guys to step up, show up for summer workouts, put that work in, and maybe grab a starting spot?
Absolutely. I think overall we've done a really good job this spring of building depth on offense and defense, up front, on the back end of both things there. Our offensive line groups had a really good spring, and I'm excited about them. That's going to be kind of a senior-led group for us this next year. And then we're going to have some younger kids doing some skill spots that are going to have an opportunity to show what they can do this fall.
All right. And, 7-on-7, this is a chance for those young skill guys to maybe make an impression because, there's always something a little bit more on the line when you're at a state qualifier tournament and you're playing against a guy in a different colored jersey. I know coaches around the state do a good job of simulating competition in the summer, but in the end, that guy has English class with that guy. He knows that guy, and he knows he's a teammate. He might know the play that they're running, that kind of thing. But
sure,
when somebody's got a different color jersey on, there's a little bit more amped up, and I know you guys are excited to see your kids compete, right?
No doubt. And you said the word, man. It's compete. How many different scenarios can we put you in where you're in a competitive nature, and how do you respond in that instance? And so at the end of the day, sure, we'd love to come here and win every game, but most important thing is what are we doing this summer to build for the fall? And I think that competitive product of being out here at 7-on-7 and seeing how do we handle maybe a little adversity, or how do we handle things when things are going good for us is the most important thing for me.
All right, final question for you, Coach. Looking at your district, it's a tough district. A lot of good teams year in and year out. What makes your district a tough district to play in? You got a lot of good programs in there. What makes it such a grind?
I think there's some in there that are just traditionally tough every year. The Brock and Graham played for the regional final this past year, and so you're talking about the two best teams in our region or in our district, and they're that way every year. Mineral, where we're at today, Mineral Wells, the coach done a great job with those guys. The Burt Burnett guys have played tough here recently. Bridgeport's got a new guy. I think he's done a great job getting those guys to play tough. And so I think week in, week out, you're going to have to show up and be ready to go.
It's one of those deals where you can't just show up and win, right? You got to put the work in every week, get the preparation, and then you got to come out on Friday night and play well, right?
Absolutely. Right. You got to do it on Friday.
There you go. There's head coach Jeremy Mullins of the Eagle Mountain Knights. Coach, appreciate your time. I appreciate what you do for student athletes in Texas, and good luck to your kiddos today.
Thanks, Matt.
Thanks, Coach.